I'm sorry. That shit was funny. I liked it. I liked it a lot. Really?
It's the cold open without an actual open.
Sure.
Just the laughter. Just the post laughter.
Such a good time.
Yeah.
All right, man. We are live. I think I'm all set up. No more delays. It's only been a week. Well, you know how it is. Like in maintenance, whoever starts the delay until it goes green again, you buy all the delay.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So this was I would have bought this entire delay because I'm the original person that delayed it and it never went green again until now. So
right.
It's always NMC.
Yep.
All right. Are you fucking ready, dude? Let's do this.
I'm ready, man.
You're always ready, though. Like, you don't do shit, so you're definitely ready. Like, I'm here. My recording is set, maybe.
Maybe. Wait. Hold on. Shit. No, that's good. I'm good. I'm ready, man.
Okay. I doubt it. I really wish we transferred as much fun watching this podcast as we have doing this podcast.
I know.
That's like our ultimate goal. Once we do that, we're no longer in beta.
Yeah. Oh, man. One day.
Yeah, fucking beta. All right, here we go, man. Wait. Yeah. Oh. Well, we'll see what's up. I just saw one of your show notes, and man, I wasn't expecting it, but we'll see. We'll go.
Okay.
Stop talking. I'm about to hit the button.
Let's do the damn thing.
Fucking button, dude. It's button time. Business button. Oh my God. Flight of the Conchords business socks. Have you heard that?
If I did, it was a long time ago.
Oh God damn it. That shit is hilarious. Like, it's almost worth stopping and just saying, hey, you know what? Let's go fucking watch that. It's only like 2.5 minutes long, but it is goddamn hilarious. Such a shame.
That's part of my homework anyway. I need to get caught up on that.
Oh yeah, you haven't done that yet? Like, you're supposed to have,
No.
You used to have all kinds of shit done by now.
Yeah, I know.
Fucking retirement.
I'm behind.
Retirement's making you lazy.
Oh no, it's not.
I'm gonna go ahead and look it up so we can fucking queue it up for later.
All right.
Not that one. That one. There it is. Okay.
We'll do another song.
Okay. Yeah, it's almost 4 minutes long. So maybe we'll do it. Well, you know what? Let's just go ahead and fucking do it now.
Okay. Is it copyrighted material? Is it gonna fuck with our YouTube?
I'm pretty sure the person who has it on YouTube now does not have a copyright for it.
Oh, okay. Well,
and they have 30.5 million views. So
okay.
But maybe we will wait until after, just because.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good.
Too bad we can't pause broadcast. Business
pause lights.
Yeah. All right.
It's fucking. It's like TiVo from the opposite perspective.
All right. Here we go. You know what, man? That is entirely too fucking loud. Like, I can hear it clipping as I'm recording it, so I'm just gonna go ahead and assume that was too loud.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Let's try this again. Oh, I should totally fucking like restart that, right?
Oh shit! That's what 2 episodes ago I did the exact same shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that required some editing.
Oh really? You didn't realize that you did it until afterwards?
No, I just like, oh, God, fuck it, I'll fix it.
Wow. All right. Okay, so here we go. Hello and welcome to the Ritual Misery Podcast, episode beta 737 for Monday, the 25th of May, 2015. Wow. Okay, so this is a show where two lifelong friends don't talk about geek stuff because we can't really say what's on our mind. I'm Amos, and that guy right over there laughing at my dumb ass is Kent. What's up, man?
Hey, what's going on?
See, that's why we should do a trial run first, because wow. Like I choked on my apple juice as I was saying it.
Yeah, I was wondering. I saw you take a drink right before your cue, and I was like, "Oh, this is gonna go well."
And for the record, it did.
Yeah. Well, you know, you got to expect some stuff like this because it's been what, a week and a half, 2 weeks almost.
Yeah, almost 2 weeks. Yeah.
So we're out of practice already.
What the hell's wrong with you, man? It takes forever for you to do a podcast. God.
Oh man, this time shift that we're in right now with the opposite sides of the planet, you know, this whole thing. It's
yeah. We're gonna figure this shit out pretty quick though.
Yeah.
Might have to give up the hardcore drinking for one night a weekend.
Right. And you might have to also.
Actually, I haven't done any hardcore drinking on the weekends yet.
Oh, see, I was making a joke because I thought you were talking about yourself.
No. Actually, for me, it'll be more the tourism thing. I've gone out and done my hardcore drinking one night while I was here, and the next day didn't work out so well for me. So, you know, you wake up, right, and you haven't eaten for like 14 hours or something like that, and you go and you dry heave for like, I don't know, 30 or 40 minutes. And
yeah, I've been to Korea. I know.
Yeah, that was so painful. But then, of course, right afterwards, I felt better, so I went and I ate, and I was hoping that I wouldn't throw up again. I mean, that is always a hope, right? Like once you go through the motions, your body's like, okay, did that, let's move on.
Mm-hmm.
And my body hadn't moved on.
Ugh.
So I ate my frosted mini wheats, and let me tell you, when those come out, they look like a turd.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, and I was in the shower at the time, so it just kind of splattered everywhere. And of course, that visualization, I mean, think about how disgusting that sounds to you when you're already throwing up. Yeah, it just continued the process. Like I had, it was just that was Korea saying, "Hey, welcome back, asshole."
Oh, geez.
Yeah. So I'll be off the hardcore drinking for a while. I knew my body couldn't handle it like it used to, but holy crap, it kicked my ass like for almost 2 days.
Yeah. So you're done with all that, right? Until the next time.
Yeah. Until the next big party, you know.
Yeah. Which is probably like tomorrow or the next day.
Actually, it was like the next 3 days, but I avoided most of them by staying home and avoided the big party out of one of them just by going right after I ate, so I couldn't, sit there and drink and everything else. They started doing keg stands, and I knew I was out. Like no fucking way. No. And then we went to a comedy club, and it's like a little amateur comedy club here in Songtan. Mm-hmm. It's wow. It was great. There was I think 5 acts up there, and 2 of them really good. 2 of them were okay, and one of them it wasn't my style of humor.
Mm-hmm.
Which is to say that I didn't find it funny, but other people were laughing. So, I'm not going to criticize someone on that.
Well, people laugh at Laffy Taffy jokes too.
Well, I laugh at Laffy Taffy jokes. I don't know.
Oh, well.
So,
okay then.
Yeah, there's some of those that are pretty funny, like Indie Gungan. Anyway, that's just hilarious to me.
I would say go to the YouTube for the audio listeners. Go to the YouTube to hear that joke, but we came in live just after that joke. So if you want to hear us laughing at that joke, tune into the YouTube.
That's amazingly effective. Holy cow! So anyway, with this comedy club, I realized that they didn't have anybody in there. I mean, this place just opened last week. They didn't have anybody in there doing pictures. They didn't have anybody in there recording the audio. So I stayed and talked to the manager afterwards, and it looks like I might have a 2-night-a-week gig doing some photography and producing a podcast version of the shows, short form podcast version of the shows as a kind of a continual advertisement for the place.
Very cool.
Yeah. So, I'm expanding my horizons, trying to occupy my time in Korea with other than straight soju and Irish car bombs, which seem to be the big thing here lately. Holy crap, those are deadly.
Oh yeah.
And now that I'm not under the drinking moratorium anymore, and I can actually stay out past 10 o'clock at night. Yeah, I tell you. But see, now that I can stay out past 10 o'clock at night, I've done it 3 times. The first time was when I was, had that good night of partying and drinking, and didn't work out very well the next day. And then the next 2 times, like one time we went out to eat at 9 o'clock and we came back at 10:30, and then the third time was Saturday night this week. And that was the night with all the kickstands and everything else. Went to the comedy show, and the comedy show ended about 10:30. So I got back about 11. Yeah, I'm fucking hardcore at the party, man. Holy crap. Throwing down, make mama proud,
Right.
But that pretty much wraps up my week. I did redo my in apartment studio. I did the little finger quotes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's appreciated. That makes
the audio listeners feel special.
Audio, yeah.
Well, one day. So how was your week, man? Like, I have barely heard from you, hardly at all.
Yeah, I thought I was busy when I had a job. Yeah. It turns out that retirement does not make you less busy. No, I've been doing a whole lot of preparation for my ceremony that's coming later this week.
Yeah.
And my house guests, I'm going to have a house full of people here in like 2.5 days, and just getting things ready for that, getting a bedroom ready, doing some stuff that I've been meaning to do for quite a while, some drywall repair, some painting, and all sorts of stuff. I had a lot of yard work to do the other day. My alley behind my house, I had a virtual forest of weeds out there. That took me like half a day just by itself, just hacking down these weeds.
So essentially what you're saying is anytime that it rains in New Mexico, you're going to need to do a housewarming kind of thing in order to get your ass out there and clean the fucking weeds. Or you'll just have a weed fence in the backyard.
Yeah. That's not the thing that's going to make me do it, but it's going to make me do it faster. So, but yeah, I've been doing a lot of projects around the house and a lot of just general cleaning and organizing. I made 3 trips to the dump. I got to give a shout out to my buddy Travis, who helped me quite a bit the last couple of days, especially with the drywall. Yeah, it's been a lot of work. It's been very time consuming.
Now I have to ask, because I've only ever done drywall repair twice. Well, under 2 different circumstances. The first is when a door handle goes to the door because either there wasn't a stopper or there wasn't one of those little rubber ass donut looking things or whatever.
Yeah.
And the other time was when there had been various fists punched through the drywall. What was the circumstance that drove you to do drywall?
Well, there was a few different ones. One of the bathrooms.
And dogs chewing it up, because apparently dogs like the taste of drywall. Like,
yeah, oh yeah, that's actually, well, okay. That's one of the problems was when the dogs were puppies. I put them in the bathroom for a few hours while no one was at the house, and I guess it was torture in there because they were trying to get out, because they scratched the hell out of 2 different walls in the bathroom and tore up the door frame and ripped the toilet paper dispenser off the wall. They just had a field day in there. So that was the major project.
What bathroom is this? Is this the one in the hallway or in the one in your bedroom?
That's the one in the it's the bedroom that Lucas uses. That's going to be basically our guest bedroom.
Okay.
Over the coming week.
Gotcha.
It was.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a sorry state. But it's most of the way fixed now. The drywall, the texturing and the paint is all done. The only thing we have left is to tack on the piece of the door frame, which that'll take not even 5 minutes to finish that.
Gotcha.
Just waiting for paint to dry right now. But yeah, okay. So then the other one was the hallway bathroom. When we first moved in, the towel rack was pulled out of the wall and left a gaping hole where it was attached.
Oh. And then think about those gaping holes.
Right. Yeah. And then the last part of the drywall was just some small sections that were near the floorboard for my back door. The back door leading into the backyard from the bar area.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, down near the floorboard, it was like all tore up and
gotcha
and crazy. So we fixed those as well.
So what else you been doing this week, man?
Mostly just that. I mean, I don't know. Lots and lots of cleaning and organizing and repairing things around the house and doing yard work. Really, the only other thing that I can say that I've done, well, other than Hearthstone, because that's my morning ritual. I get up, make a cup of coffee, let the dogs out, and then I sit down and play a couple games of Hearthstone with a cup of coffee. But other than that, the only thing of note that I've done is just actually a couple hours ago, my son Lucas and I went to see the new Mad Max movie.
Oh.
Have you seen that yet?
I watched it on opening night, actually.
Yeah.
So I'm very curious. What are your thoughts, man?
Not giving any spoilers away. This was the Mad Maxest Mad Max movie. Out of the 4 Mad Max movies, this was the Mad Maxiest of them all.
Okay.
Oh my God. That movie was almost nonstop.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Yeah. So a lot of action, great visuals, amazing visuals, so many explosions.
God, yeah.
It was, they had a temperament. Hollywood had a temperament after 9/11 to eliminate explosions from movies, and you saw this decline of explosions.
Right.
Explosions, mass destruction kind of things.
To Michael Bay's chagrin.
Right. Just so we're clear, nothing but explosions the entire movie.
Yeah.
Like there is more time on screen with explosions than there are without.
That might be accurate. Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty much not there. There's a little bit of drama in there, but not much stoppage of the action. It's pretty insane.
No, because they insert some story elements or whatever, but then they don't expand or explain anything really. They're just like, oh, here's a situation and here's some more explosives.
Exactly. That is my biggest critique. That is my biggest critique.
Not enough expansion on the story.
There were not enough story.
Right. Yeah.
You could literally have told the story, actual story elements of it, in about 3 sentences. There were not. Yeah. There was no major character development. I thought Mad Max himself was a minor character, not a major character.
Yes.
It was kind of. It was
more the Furiosa story.
Yes. They should have just been. Yeah, exactly. It should have been Mad Maxine. And it didn't show. Man, it lacked so much personality. It was literally the Furiosa movie. That's what the movie's about. It's about her. And on that merit, it's amazing. It gets enough into her story, into her past, and her drive and what motivates her, even though it doesn't develop her like at all. There's no character development anywhere in this movie at all. I didn't know what character development really was until I watched this movie and knew that it was not there. So yeah, that is my biggest critique, is just that I was really wanting more story, more to enrich the Mad Max story and Mad Max ethos. And if you've seen the first one lately, the first one is barren of watchability. Oh my God, it is so disastrous. It tells a story, but it's almost like it's like back in the day when they got paid per word when they wrote a story. They were getting paid per minute when they filmed that movie. So it's just these vast expanses of barren nothingness. This one, but the first one had a very so it was a rush story, but it was a very interesting story. This one, almost none.
Yeah, the whole Max character in the beginning of the movie, it kind of opens with his little monologue, I guess.
Yeah,
that's like 3 or 4 sentences.
Yeah,
and then it's like, okay, enough about me, because this is all you're ever going to learn about me for the rest of the movie. Action.
Yeah. Yeah, and there were visual elements of great story there. Oh man.
Yes.
Like I want to know.
They never explained. Yeah, they never explained any of that.
Right. This is a really awesome trailer for an amazing series.
Yeah, a 2-hour trailer.
Yes, a 2-hour trailer for what could come out to be 15 movies. I mean, you could almost put a Bond franchise on this. There's so many elements that are so amazing, but it never expands on any of them.
Yeah, lots of story potential. The Mad Max universe is actually, it's really fascinating. The post-apocalyptic scenario that they're in with the petroleum war and all that kind of stuff, and then the water scarcity and of course
all the really cool stuff they allude to but never actually explain.
Right, but and then also of course, add in the Road Warrior element.
Right.
Of course, because it's not Mad Max without that. But yeah, it's got so much potential for just amazing stories. And I'm wondering, now that I'm saying all of this, is there like an expanded universe for Mad Max? I mean, beyond fan fiction, are there novels? Are there
comics? I know there's.
Are there other?
I know there. Well, shit. I don't know if there's comics or graphic novels. The two meld together very closely.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same. It's pretty much the same, because most graphic novels that you go to the store and pick up, it's just a collection of, like 8 comics or something.
Right.
So it's.
I don't know. There's so much potential. This movie really opened up the potential for Mad Max, but didn't cash in on any of it. So would I watch it again though? I mean, that's really what it comes down to, is would I watch it again?
And your answer?
I wouldn't go to the theater to watch it again, but that shit shows up on HBO or Netflix.
You're damn right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll just put it on repeat.
I don't do the whole 5-star thing. Mine's very black and white. It's am I going to buy it on DVD? Am I going to watch it again? Would I watch it if it was on TV? Like, would I finish it if it was on TV, or would I avoid it? And this is I would watch this. I would search this out and watch it again.
Yeah. I'm right there with you. This
actively watching, not just casual watching. So
yeah, I could do either one, because this is one of those movies that's just so action packed. It's gonna draw you in, but if you've only got like 2 minutes and then you got to run, you got to go, I don't know, flip the burgers or whatever, it's perfectly fine, because a minute later when you come back, you didn't miss anything other than like 17 explosions.
So,
but don't worry, because there's 17 more coming.
Yeah. So I watched it in the theater here on base. It was opening night, which I don't know. I guess it'd be opening night for America too, but either way. We watched it on base, and I used the app RunPee. I normally use it because my kids have to go to the bathroom in the middle of everything. All the things, they have to pee in the middle of it. But I've gotten into the habit of using it every time I watch a movie, regardless.
Explain real quick what it is.
RunPee is an app that you hit start when the movie starts. It tells you when to hit it, when the MGM logo fades or when blah, blah, blah. And it actually tracks through the movie and tells you the optimal times to pee when you've got 3 to 5 minutes to actually go and pee and not miss out on any of the action. And it'll actually summarize what happens during that period of time.
Holy cow. All right.
Yeah, and it's typically something that's, you're not going to miss any major plot points. You're not going to miss any major action, whatever else. There were 3 RunPee breaks in this movie. 2 of them were like 3 minutes long, which is kind of the minimum. You can get out, you can pee, and you can get back. And if you're a dude, it works out. If you're not, or if you have kids, well, you're gonna miss a little bit. But it gives you a synapse of anything that happened. You could have. I mean, those are the only 3 breaks in all the action. That was it.
Yeah,
there were no breaks in action other than those 3, and I thought it was funny at the end of the movie. I was looking at it and said, you can summarize, this break can be summarized in just a few sentences, blah, 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 blah. Man, you could have summarized this whole movie in a couple sentences.
Yeah.
But reading this movie would not have had the effect of watching it. It was pretty amazing visually.
It's totally a visual movie. So I was thoroughly impressed with and I was really happy that George Miller himself did this. This was not a remake by some new director or something like that. This is the original guy going back to his 20-year-old, 30-year-old property and
with the real budget and a staff.
Yes. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so I did watch some other movies this week.
Mm-hmm.
My particular geeky thing of the week. Not only Mad Max Fury Road, I also watched Starship Troopers. I watched Fifth Element, and I watched Super Troopers. Now, there's an importance here. Anybody with any kind of geek cred has seen these 3 movies. And I had seen each of these 3 movies in various forms.
Okay.
With the exception of Fifth Element, had never seen it at all, ever.
Oh, wow. All right.
Starship Troopers, I'd seen pieces of, but never actually sat down and watched the whole thing all the way through. Man, what a great movie. I think it was made on $4.33, but holy crap, such a good movie. So corny and so unrealistic. And then you got the vagina monster, and man, such a good time. Like, so goddamn retarded.
So
yeah, I watched that. That was fun. Then I watched Fifth Element, and I was utterly disappointed.
Really?
Yeah, I thought some of the aspects were interesting. The futuristic view was pretty interesting with the people, the little ships that fly up to your door, and everybody lives in a tiny little box, and this guy flies up to there and will cook your meal for you or whatever. Then the door closes and he flies off.
Yeah.
I thought things like that were really good, but I thought the actual story itself, there were some things that some holes in the story that I just didn't like. I had to sit there and really think, did I miss something? And then I'd go back and watch it, and I didn't miss it. They just didn't explain certain things. And
is it Littlefinger? Isn't Littlefinger in that movie?
I think so. I think it is. I think he is. But anyway.
I haven't seen that movie.
Yes, it is. He's the main antagonist. Is it antagonist? Protagonist is the good guy, right? Antagonist is the main.
Yeah, antagonist is the. Yeah.
So he's the main antagonist.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Yeah. Which was interesting in and of itself. So and then I watched Super Troopers the following day. This is another movie I'd seen pretty much the entire thing via various clips and internet memes and things like that, but never actually sat down to watch the movie from start to finish in one go. And that is a movie I will be watching a couple more times. That was fun. I enjoyed myself. That story was completely retarded. But the fact that the story only had like 3 plot points made it to where they didn't skip anything. There's nothing left to rethink about or whatever else. This is pretty much a basic, upfront, completely shitty story. And
dude, I love Super Troopers. I've seen that movie probably 30 times.
Yeah, I
love it.
Man,
do you know that
there's something really attractive about a movie that's just like, you know what? This shit is retarded. And we're going to throw it at you at full fucking retard strength. And
do you know they're making a sequel?
Are they really?
Yeah, they just had an Indiegogo like
I'm in, dude.
2-3 months ago. I was gonna donate to them, but they met their goal in like 2 days or some shit. So when I finally went on there I went to their Indiegogo page, and there was already the video that hey, thanks everybody for helping us achieve our goal. And I was like, holy crap!
Nice. Yeah, that's I can see why that's such an instant classic, and I don't understand why it took me so long to watch it. But holy crap, that was good times.
Yeah, look it up on YouTube or look them up on Indiegogo and check out their videos. Because they do the videos in character.
Nice,
and it's pretty good stuff.
Yeah, and any of those movies, I might catch a little flack for this, but like Good Will Hunting, where the people that wrote the story are actively participating in the filming of the story, whether they're actors or producers, directors, whatever the case is. I just think there's a certain quality to those movies that is over and above. Even if you're lacking in other things, there's just something about it, because the people that are involved with it care so much about the project that there's an extra level of commitment to it. And
yes, I absolutely agree, because this is like Tarantino movies. It's like Robert Rodriguez movies, Kevin Smith movies. There's something about those guys because they're involved with every single aspect, especially Robert Rodriguez. This dude writes his movies, directs them, produces them. He does all of the post-production editing. He writes the music. He performs a lot of the music for it. He does like everything for his movies, and that's, in my opinion, that's one of the reasons that his movies are so good. I'm a huge Robert Rodriguez fan.
Nice.
And I think that's part of why I love his movies so much, because it's just, you can tell that this movie was somebody's baby, and they nurtured it from the beginning all the way till it's on the screen.
Yep.
And yeah, so I agree with you completely.
So here's something about Tarantino, since you mentioned him. Was it Marcellus Wallace in
Pulp Fiction?
In Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
And his brother is the dude in Reservoir Dogs.
No, not Marcellus Wallace.
No, who the hell is it?
You're talking about
Vince's brother. Vince's
Vega.
brother. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yes,
his brother is in Reservoir Dogs.
Yes, correct. It's played by one of the Baldwin brothers.
Yeah, he's the crazy one that cuts off the dude's ear and shit. And no, I don't feel bad if you're if that was a spoiler alert about the dude cutting off the other dude's ear, because fuck you, it's like 20 years old.
Yeah, fucking what? Oh god, if you have not seen Reservoir Dogs, come the fuck on, man.
Once it becomes a cult classic, you're like, you really have no, like, if someone had ruined Super Troopers for me and had told me about the end of the movie, I couldn't be angry. Like, you know,
and it really, Super Troopers is one of those movies that if you go in knowing the ending, who gives a shit? Yeah. 10 minutes into the movie, you already know how it's going to end, basically.
Yep. Yeah. And
it's just one of those movies.
Speaking of sequels that need to happen, Goonies 2.
Ooh.
Yeah. Apparently there's one or two actresses that have not signed off on it. The rest of the cast has. And
really?
Yeah. So it's going to be awful, and I'm going to watch it 15 times. I don't care.
Well, okay. Speaking of sequels that shouldn't be, you remember the show Full House? Yeah, that show. Yeah, it's coming back. It's coming back, and it's called Fuller House.
Yeah, no, no, just stop.
And it's called Fuller House because one of the characters, I think it's DJ, gets married, and her last name's Fuller. And well, I guess she's divorced now, and she's trying to raise a kid or something. I don't know. I read the synopsis like a month ago or something.
So just like the real actress. Okay, got it. Candace Cameron or whoever the hell it was.
Yes, dude. I had such a crush on her in like 6th grade.
I was all about Topanga, but you look at Topanga now, she looks the same. And it's just like, why? Why did I have a crush on her? Why did I have a TV crush on Topanga? Damn it,
dude! You and everybody else.
Yeah,
everybody thought Topanga was hot.
And what's her name from Saved by the Bell? Lisa Voorhees.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Like my first brown girl crush right there. Boom, done. And she's so gorgeous.
That's a good point. That's probably mine too, actually.
See, there you go. Yeah, Lisa Voorhees. Wasn't really worried about the white chicks on that show. Just I don't know, something about Lisa Voorhees. Anyway, as we're just cruising into the archives here.
One of those white girls went on to do Showgirls.
Yeah. Oh, was it her? Or was she from 90210? Or I don't know.
No. It was from Saved by the Bell.
Tori Spelling or whatever. I don't know.
No. That was
no. Tori Spelling looks like that chick from No Doubt. Okay. So.
Oh, that's true actually. Oh crap.
Oh Jesus. Yeah. Good times. All right. So we both watched TED Talks this week. So let's go into that.
Oh yeah.
And we actually remembered to hit the bumper this week, so very cool on there. I watched Esther Perel, Rethinking Infidelity, a talk for anyone who was ever loved. And I can honestly say that you and I have both been on one or both sides of that particular story at various points in our life, if you want to go back to high school. And very, very interesting. I thought it was very, very topical. I mean, it was something that it's a subject matter that it relates to you regardless if you have been in that particular situation or not. Just simply amazing. It really gives you some insight because Esther Perel is a relationship therapist. She literally goes around the country talking to probably rich people that have had affairs and shit like that and infidelities. And it's not always sexual. It's not always emotional. But she really breaks down what it is and why. And I think that any couple, especially one that has had some infidelities or a new couple that's really getting serious, it's something that each person could watch and learn from and use to guide them in their relationships and help prevent a possible tragedy. And I say possible tragedy because she does put out one view where infidelity can actually be a good thing for a relationship, but to avert a possible tragedy in your relationship. So without getting into too many details on that, I think that's about all I have to say. I know you watched it. Quick thoughts.
Yeah, I found it very interesting. I liked how she presented kind of both sides of the infidelity act, I guess we could say, or the situation. The cheater side and then the cheated on side, and then the negatives and positives of both, which was
it surprised me.
I've never heard anyone talk about that.
Yeah, exactly.
In
the way she put it is that either side could be a victim in that. And I'd never considered that either. I always thought, okay, well, the cheated on side is always the victim.
Right.
But it can, it's so good. Just go watch it. I highly recommend it. It's another one that I clicked on because it was like the third link, and the first two had zero interest to me at all. So I just clicked on the third one, and I was like, you know what? I'll just play this and see what happens. At least it's a TED Talk. I'm not skipping this week. And I ended up restarting it, sitting down and watching it from the beginning to about halfway through. Really good. So, okay, tell me about Camille Seaman.
Yeah, I watched Camille Seaman, Photos from a Storm Chaser. I chose this one because it was only about 4 minutes long, which is kind of my trend.
Yeah,
because the crazy thing is I watch TED Talks fairly often, but I never ever remember to take notes on them. So I'm always like, right before a show, I'm like, oh crap. So I find the shortest TED Talk that I can find.
So I find the ones that are controversial, and you find the ones that are quick and easy. Got it. Okay.
But half the time I've seen the ones that you watched. I just forgot that I watched them, or I remember that I watched it, but I can't remember enough about it to talk about it.
Okay, so give me the down and dirty about photos from a storm chaser.
Yeah, well, the really cool thing about TED Talks is it doesn't matter how short or long it is or what the subject is, it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah,
I would say 95% of the time it's gonna be an interesting talk. All right, so Camille Seaman, she is a photographer and a storm chaser. She became a storm chaser based on a suggestion from her daughter that said, "Hey, Mom, you should do that." Okay, so 3 days later, she was out chasing her first storm, and she takes absolutely amazing photos of supercells. I read a little bit about her, and apparently she does photos of glaciers and stuff like that as well. But I haven't seen any of that work, but apparently that's really amazing. She was recognized by National Geographic for the photos. But the storm photos that she takes are absolutely breathtaking. And her talk is basically just her kind of narrating a slideshow of photos that she'd taken.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I mean the talk is really more just, hey, look at my pictures.
Gotcha.
So, but yeah, it's cool. I don't know. I recommend it. It's a short one, and if you like pictures of storms, go check it out. I actually had a dream of being a storm chaser for a while, because I'm one of those people that when a storm is coming, I'm on the front porch checking it out.
Right.
And I just love that stuff, and I have such a respect for the power of storms that, I mean, I'm not going to put myself in any unnecessary danger, which is why I'm not a storm chaser. But if I was, I mean,
critical career choice right there.
Right.
You know what?
Yeah.
I'd rather be shot at.
Well, yeah,
Well, I mean, you did just retire. Maybe that's something you can look into. Is but you're in New Mexico though. You'd pretty much have to go anywhere but where you are.
More or less.
Yeah. Okay. Well. All right. Well. So so that's our TED Talks for this week. We really got to come up with a second bumper to close that out instead of just playing the same one twice.
Just playing it, yeah.
But that's why we're in beta. So you wanted to talk about hip hops.
Yeah. So like, these rappers and no, has nothing to do with that.
I actually figured it was like a group of kids that were doing calisthenics in bunny suits or something.
Well, it could have been.
Maybe I'm slightly skewed. I don't know.
It's these bunny rabbits that like to rap. No. So all right.
Okay, good.
All right. So I'm a beer guy. Any listener to the show knows that I'm a beer guy and I really like beer stuff.
Right.
Well, I get the ratebeer.com newsletter, and what was in last week's letter highlighted a Kickstarter project. So,
okay.
All right, let me check this out. It was actually because my girlfriend Stephanie gets the newsletter as well, and she was the one that actually was like, "Hey, did you see this yet?" So I clicked on it. Well, anyway, Hip Hops is the name of a collectible card game for beer lovers.
Okay.
It's really cool. There's going to be a link in the show notes for the YouTube viewers. You can see a picture of it. Really neat. It looks like a really quick game. It's basically you use the statistics of actual beers. It's the ABV, the IBUs, which is that stands for International Bitterness Units. So how bitter the beer is.
I see the bitterness. I see the alcohol, the year that it was released, and the type of hops.
Yeah, and it sounds really fun. I mean, especially if you're a beer guy, because I mean, if you're not a beer guy, you're just gonna be like, okay, this is kind of weird. But if you're a beer guy, you're gonna recognize the brands, or you're gonna find brands that you're not familiar with, and it'll prompt you to look them up and maybe track them down.
Right.
Really cool. I haven't backed these guys yet, but that's only because I've been so freaking busy. I've had the window open in Safari for going on a week now. Yeah, I'm gonna throw these guys a few bucks. They're
sitting at 75 backers right now at 3,976 pounds. They're trying to get to 10,000 pounds, and they've got 20 days to go.
Yeah, and they've already the game, I guess, is already out. They're trying to expand the game.
Right, that's kind of what I got, because they're talking about multiple decks down here, and
right, and it's a collectible card game, so you can order packs and get different cards, and if your friends play as well, you can trade and all that other stuff.
Right, it says you can learn it in under 2 minutes. So
yeah,
very cool.
Yeah, and there's a video on there. There's like a 2-minute video that explains the entire game. So yeah, it's very cool. There's gonna be a link in the show notes if you're a beer person or you just like really quick, cool little card games. Check them out too. I've said this multiple times. I really love crowdsourced, crowd-funded projects, and this is one of them. It's really cool. Check it out.
Yeah, very cool. And I'm looking at this. Most of the backers are at the 15-pound or higher. There are only 5 backers at 10 pounds or less, which is about $17 or whatever nowadays. So
probably a little bit more. It's probably like $20-$25.
Yeah.
But just to clarify, you don't have to pay in pounds or euros. You can pay in dollars as well.
I'm sure it'll just convert over, right?
Yeah. Well, this one specifically has different increments for whatever currency you're going to use.
Okay, cool.
I know for sure that pounds, euros, and dollars are on there. There might be other currencies as well, but
very cool.
Yeah. So, yep.
I might just be seeing the pounds because I'm over here in Korea.
No, pounds is showing up on the main page.
Okay. There you go. I got it. 875. Got it. Cool. Yeah. Well, definitely check that out, and I think Kent is actually going to start showing on a regular basis some of the little Kickstarter, Indiegogo, Patreon things that he's interested in.
Yeah, I think that might become a segment because I anybody that's been listening to me knows that I'm really into these Indiegogo, Patreon, Kickstarter. There's a dozen other outlets for this, and highlighting a project once a week. Yeah, there's so many out there. I'll never run out of them. So
yeah, very cool.
That might be pretty cool to give them shout outs every week.
Shout outs. I'm
not sure how that works. Is it shouts out or is it shout outs?
I don't know. We'll leave that up to the listeners to decide.
Yeah, we could ask Grammar Girl.
Oh,
Grammar Girl would be a cool guest to have on the show.
Yeah, she would. That'd be pretty awesome. She'd be correcting us the entire time. I don't know. She might not be the she might not be the self-centered asshole that I am. She probably wouldn't be correcting us the entire time. But it'd still be
cool if she was, because hey, I just got corrected by Grammar Girl.
I feel so happily shitty about my grammar right now.
No, she'd be a really cool guest. She's really fun with her show. So,
all right, man. Well, is there anything else that you want to talk about this week?
No, that pretty much covers it. I think I talked about everything that's going on in my life right now.
All the relevant things.
Yeah,
all the relevant things.
So another very busy week coming up for me. My ceremony is this coming Friday, so we're about 5 days away from that. And then maybe then I'll actually feel like I'm no longer in the Air Force. Oh, one thing that I wanted to point out. I think this is the longest my hair has been in like over a decade. I can run my fingers through it. It's overlapping my ears a little bit.
What are you going to do next week when you have to get a haircut?
Oh God, no. Well, it's going to be this week on Thursday because I have to go to a rehearsal sort of thing for my ceremony so that everybody knows, where they're supposed to stand and when they're supposed to do this and that.
Oh, you got to do that in uniform?
I'm not doing the rehearsal in the uniform. No, hell no. I'm going like that. I'm going all Grizzly Adams. Fuck that.
Yeah. Wearing some torn jeans and a cut off T-shirt, right?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally.
But yeah, but that day, because I'm going to be on base anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and get the haircut on Thursday because I'm going to be there anyway. I got some other on base business I got to handle. So I'm just going to do it all that one day, which is going to be interesting because I'm going to have a house full of guests starting on Wednesday. So I'm just going to ban them on Thursday.
Yeah,
like
day one, doozy.
Yeah. So.
All right. So this is our Ritual Misery podcast. If you'd like to help us out and continue this podcast going on, if you want to give us a little support, you can hop on over to ritualmisery.com, click on the Amazon banner, go ahead and do your normal shopping there. Whatever you buy is not going to cost you anything extra, but it will give us a few cents kick back to us. Kent, you can be found on Twitter at RM_Del Noche and over there on Rate Beer, can't you?
Yeah, ratebeer.com, username Del Noche. I've rated actually quite a few, well, I say quite a few, several beers over the last week, so check that out.
Do you know how many you're up to now?
You know, I forgot to look at my count. I'm getting really close to 500.
So almost 500 down and about 1 million left to go. Got it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, cool. You can follow me at Ethan Kane on Twitter. You can follow the show at Ritual Misery. Submit ideas on our subreddit, which is at ritualmisery.reddit.com. You can email us, podcast at ritualmisery.com. And that ritualmisery.com, that's where we're at. So you can go there and find us for all kinds of cool stuff, ritualmisery.com. You can call and leave us a voicemail, 56769-TRMPC. That's 567-698-7672. The music that is about to cut in is courtesy of Kevin McLeod and does some awesome things over there at incomtech.com. Thank you for listening. For Kent, for me, and for you, this is your Ritual Misery podcast.
See ya.
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.
I thought you'd forgotten about it. I was going to do it myself.
Diamond Club. Yeah, I completely did. Yeah, I got to combine those two into one like I do on the post edit.
Yeah.
So much easier that way. Just hit it once and let it go.
Right.
All right. Good show. Enjoyed it.
Yeah, that felt good, man. It's been less than 2 weeks, but it feels like it's been a year. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Good conversation. I don't think we had too many ums. More ums.
That's good.
More ums. Which is to say that I don't think I had too many ums because I am the ummer.
We both do it though.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So
oh shit. Okay.
Also, fuck off. We are going to go ahead and stop the broadcast now. Got a little thing that we're going to do here that I kept the window open just to remember. So y'all have fun and take care. Thanks for watching. I know we got some people out there watching, and we really appreciate it.
Yeah.
So take care.
Yeah.
Deuces.
Thanks for watching. Tell your friends.